Hello everyone, I am Heena.
And I'm Vaijyant.
Today we are going to talk about cryptography ciphers. In this video, we are going to discuss the following contents: introduction of cryptography, terminology, encryption methods, transposition cipher example, substitution cipher example, and review. Introduction of cryptography. Cryptography comes from the Greek word for secret writing. Cryptography means creating written or generated codes that allows information to be kept secret. Cryptography is used for a long time. Some of the noticeable historical usage are hieroglyphs, Caesar-Schiff cipher. Terminology. So throughout the video, we are going to use the following keywords: plain text, key, ciphertext. What is a plain text? The message to be encoded is plain text. Key, string of bits used to encrypt plain text into cipher text or vice versa. Ciphertext, the output of the encryption process. As shown in the figure, in the encryption process, we use the plain text, apply the algorithm. With the help of key, we convert it to ciphertext. In the decryption process, ciphertext is taken and we apply the algorithm. With the help of key, we generate the plain text. Encryption methods. The classical method for encryption has two schemes of encryption. These are transposition cipher, substitution cipher.
Now we will discuss about the substitution cipher. As the name suggests, substitution cipher is a method of encryption in which unit of plaintext are substituted in a regular system. Substitution cipher has been in use for hundreds of years. The earliest known example is the Caesar cipher. The Caesar cipher employs a scheme of circularly rotating the alphabets in the alphabet set by k positions. The other versions of substitution cipher may involve completely jumbling the character set. Coming to the properties of the substitution cipher now. Substitution cipher preserves the length of the plaintext but disguises them. It usually involves monoalphabetic substitution. However, we can have more than one character in a single unit to be substituted. Such substitutions may be called a digram in which two characters are replaced and a trigram in which three characters are replaced. Coming to the example of substitution cipher. In this example, we are converting the plaintext "Hi there." In this version of substitution cipher, we are rotating the character set by 10 positions to the right. As you can see, we are encoding A as Q, B as R, C as S, D as T, and so on. So essentially, we are converting the H to X, I to Y, and similarly, we convert there into J, X, U, H, U. Now we will look into transposition cipher. Transposition cipher is a scheme of encryption in which position of characters in the plaintext is changed with one another. This differs from the substitution cipher in the sense that the substitution cipher preserves the order in which the characters appear. However, in transposition cipher, the characters are moved around rather than merely replacing them. In the example shown over here, we have the plaintext as "meet me at next midnight." For this, we have taken the key as "fancy." Notice that every character in the word "fancy" is unique. The next thing we have done over here is encoding these characters in word "fancy" according to their lexicographic order. So 1A becomes 1, C becomes 2, F becomes 3, N becomes 4, and Y becomes 5. The next thing we do is read these matrix in column-wise order as per the lexicographic indexing. So the ciphertext we obtain is EATI, EATI, TNIH, MEXN, and so on. Now we will look into another example of transcription cipher. In this example, we are encoding the plain text. We are discovered, save yourself. For this example, we have key as author. Note that every character in a key is unique. The next thing we would do is index these characters as per their lexicographic order. So A becomes 1, H becomes 2, O becomes 3, R becomes 4, T becomes 5, and U becomes 6. Now that we have our columns of matrix ready, we will fill these columns from left to right and top to bottom with our characters from the plain text. So what we obtain is we are discovered, save yourself. Notice that we had some empty spaces and we have filled these spaces with ABC. Now what we want to do is read these columns in lexicographic order of the indexes we have mentioned earlier. So what we have is wire, wiry, ROSUA, EVARP, DEVSC, ACDOF, ESEYL. In this slide, we are going to present you the differences between substitution and transposition cipher. This also serves as a review for the entire presentation. So, a substitution cipher is a technique in which the letters of plain text are replaced by one another or other symbols. However, in transposition cipher does not substitute one symbol for another. Instead, it changes the location of the symbols. Also, note that in substitution cipher we have different characters from the original plain text. However, in the ciphertext of a transposition cipher, we have all the characters of the original plain text. A substitution cipher may be monoalphabetic and polyalphabetic depending on the unit of the substitution. A transposition cipher may be keyless or keyed. So the changes of what happens in substitution cipher is that the characters change their identity. However, they do not change their position. In case of transposition cipher, each letter retains its identity but changes its position. The disadvantages of substitution cipher is the last letter of the alphabet, which are most low frequency, tend to stay at the end. And for the transposition cipher is keys which are very close to correct key will reveal long sections of legible plain text. That was all for the presentation. If you have any questions, please put them in comments. Thank you.